Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Civilization 5. My name's Ybot. We're playing in Sweden. We're playing on a fractal map on Immortal difficulty and standard size map. And we're going for a diplomatic victory. What's the first thing we did? We declared war on Indonesia. That's right. Yep. So, ultimately, what I think the best way to play Sweden is actually to be a bit of a bully. And on that note, we're getting about ready to go back to war with Indonesia here. We're gonna take that city that they fucking got here, and now I'm just realizing that I cannot, in fact, found a religion. I missed out on that, which is unfortunate. But I do have some nice composite bows here, and we're just gonna go straight to war with this fucker right now. Oh yes, the shit's going down. It's actually a really good spot right beside that city. That hill that's right next to the coast. That's on the desert tile. It's really good. I like it. Anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and get our third city set up here. I'm hoping that we got our national college all researched, although we might have not. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our settler out here to settle next to the mountain for an observatory. Can't wait for Civ 6 when we don't have to deal with the settling next to mountain stuff and we can just have mountain chains nearby. That'll be awesome. That'll be really, really good. Anyway, I'm going to take a little sip of water here and I'm going to just see how things play out in here. I've played this before. I've played quite a ways through here. I've now met just about everybody in the world. Yeah, I've met everybody. And yeah, there's been shenanigans. There'll be amazing shenanigans that maybe in this video, actually. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to pay attention for that. And I'll explain the shenanigans if they pop up. Anyway, we did lose one of our warriors, which stinks, because I think he was getting some good promotions there. Anywho, we've got some catapults. We've got two warriors near the capital there. Not the capital, the city we're trying to take. And yeah, just on a random note, because I'm random, because I got ADD and ADD people are random. Also, we're getting some spearmen just in case our warriors aren't enough to take that capital. So yeah. Anyway, the point I was trying to make here is that the reason that I'm doing this commentary is because my voice sounded like a robot. I think there's some feedback issues going on there. It sounded a lot like feedback out. It sounded like, Skype video or Skype distortion. It sounded a bit like that. So that, to me, sounds like there might have been some feedback somehow. Which, I'm not entirely sure what happened. Because I filmed part 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. Part 1, as far as I could tell, is fine. Part 3, or part 4 technically, as far as I could tell, is fine. And parts 2 and 3, which were originally just like one great big 55-minute video, which I chopped up because I fucking hate it when I do that. I like bite-sized stuff. I like to consume bite-sized stuff. I like to produce bite-sized stuff. So that's that. And this guy is actually going to die horribly if I don't do something. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. We chop this up. I'm going to pull that guy back. That'll, getting him across the river will protect him from the archers. He'll probably still die to city bombardment, but yeah. Anyway, we can go ahead and get Helsinki set up here, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Here we go. We've dropped Helsinki. And we're going to start pew-pewing those stupid hand axe there. And all right, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a mad push for education before we go for stuff like the crossbow. And the library is going to take forever because apparently the city has no production. Excuse me, folks. It's been an extremely long day. Also, I don't have beer often enough, so I think my alcohol tolerance is non-existent. So we're pulling this guy. Yeah, we'll pull both of these guys right the hell out. I think they've taken way too many hits to survive anymore. So we'll pull him out. We'll heal him up. What we could do, actually, this guy has no promotions, so yeah, we've done that. We'll give him the shock promotion. We'll pull him out of range. And I don't believe they have enough damage to actually significantly harm my archers. Like, they'll have to be pulled back, but that's about it. But yeah, as you can see, the city's ripe for the taking. My spearmen that I have there, they're going to be able to march their way up and eventually take it. It'll take some time. Something that I actually want to try there, just seeing Hiawatha's unique units chilling around. I want to try like a redo of. I want to try at some point a redo of Hiawatha's. My Let's Play as Hiawatha that I did on Emperor, where I just went ham and took over the entire world. I want to try that again on like Mortal or Deity and see if I can do any sort of damage, because those guys, they're not anything special. Mohawk warriors aren't anything special in Civ 5, but they are iron free warriors, which is pretty good because they're low, they don't take too much production, and they pack quite a decent punch. So it's a good unique unit. And the Longhouse as well isn't a bad unit either. The only thing that sucks is their unique ability, which is pretty fucking not much of an ability at all. It's just like, hey, you can go through forests faster. And also, here's the thing that I hate about it the most, is that it's only if the forest is in your territory. That's the problem. The forest is outside of your territory. They can do jungle too, actually. If the jungle's outside of your territory, then they won't use it as a road. But they will if it's in your territory. So right next to your cities, you don't have to build roads. But once you get outside of your territory, then you got to start building roads. So anyway, slightly annoying. But let's continue on. See here. So I think we'll be able to take the city next turn. Yeah, we can do it right now, actually. Never mind. Yeah, the city, there's nothing special in there except a cathedral, so we're going to burn it the fuck down. We're going to get our own city set up there later on. Get city number 4 set up there. And for now, we'll just heal our dudes. Move stuff inside the city, and we'll have a already improved luxury resource there, which will be great. Okay, so let's continue on here. We're going to just do some pecking away at Indonesia there now. I do believe their army's been significantly weakened by my attacks here. So we're gonna be chilling out for a while. We might even peace out with them. I don't remember if we do or not. What I do remember is that settler's not going fucking anywhere. Sorry, guys. Once again, been a long day. Been up since 4. Which for some of you guys, you might be like, oh, 4 in the morning is nothing. Oh, it's fucking early. Trust me, it's fucking early. Especially when you go to bed at 10. The joys of working at Canada's Canada's national coffee shop. It's a good place to work, though. It's the bestest. Oh, and right now we're trying to bribe Hiawatha into going to war with Indonesia so we can get a little bit more help and maybe get some positive modifiers. But his price is just a little too high for that. And I do believe our happiness is fairly low. So, yeah. I worked a very late, well, a relatively late shift last night, and then I worked a super early shift this morning, which is typical. You need to be there. You need to get your coffee ready for the construction workers and people who work super, super early with the government. And I actually quite enjoy that. Maybe I'm getting old, but yeah, we don't want peace with this guy. Maybe I'm getting old, but I'm just enjoying the crap out of like getting up and ridiculously early and going to work. It's probably just because there's so much more positivity in that environment than there was in the fucking call center. By the way, kids, if you can avoid being in a call center, avoid it. It is a soul crushing hellhole. Do not work there. If you, like, I worked there, I wanted out, but I couldn't let myself, I couldn't justify just straight up quitting to myself because it would be incredibly irresponsible. So my subconscious kicked in and did me a solid by giving me a fucking anxiety disorder. Which means I got the fucking shakes every time I took a call. It was great. Anyway, you guys probably don't want to hear about that shit. But yeah, literally got the shakes whenever I was about to. We had a button on the phone for receiving calls, and right now I'm just picking. I'm just picking various things here, seeing if Hinduism is the best religion or if Protestantism is a better religion, which is what Hiawatha has. But yeah, we have a button on the phones that's like ready, not ready. So once you push that button, then people who are waiting in the queue, waiting on hold to get to a live person, they will come on in. And because I just had so many bad experiences, which fair enough to the people, they're pissed off. The company I worked for was kind of a bunch of dicks. I mean, they're a cable and telecommunications company in Canada. And those companies, like the ones in the US, have been known for like ratcheting up their fucking rates every year and being like, oh, but look at all this shit we did. Yeah, but you did that shit 3 years ago. Like, why are you raising our rates now? I don't know. Just, yeah. I could go into it all day, but I don't want to set the bridges on fire too much more than I already did. Basically, what it comes down to is they were constantly raising, like every year they would raise the price on their services. Every year people would be pissed about it, among other things, which people are pissed about. Sometimes they were in the right, sometimes they were in the wrong. They were always pissed. A lot of the time they actually were like, look, I know that you just work for the company, you're not the company, but I really fucking hate your company. Which, that was fine, but the ones that just lost their shit on me, those are the ones I remember because apparently that's human nature and it sucks. So, at my new job, I'm trying to remember all the bestest customers as much as I can, and since I don't have so many negative experiences, it's great. And I can count the negative experiences I've had on one hand so far after like 7 months of being there. It's great. Anyway, that's enough of that. We've what we're gonna do here. Not sure if you saw that settler unit right there, but we're gonna go hunt a settler because we want a new worker. So they've actually snuck into our territory there. I think we're just gonna try to bombard it or capture it. Yeah, that's my thinking at that point is that if I can't take it, I'm gonna bombard it. So yeah. And I've got another settler in Stockholm here, ready to go to replace the city that I burnt to the ground there. Set up my own city in a better location, one tile to the south. And I'm just using that missionary as a bit of a scout to see what the continent looks like. So it looks like we have a very narrow land bridge, and we've got like a bit of a bulging continent. So this is the setup that we've got right here. From what I can see, and I'm probably not spoiling anything for you guys to right now to tell you, it's kind of similar-ish. It's not. It looks nothing the same, but it's similar-ish to like North and South America. So I would be in the southern part of the major continents there. Then we have a bit of a land bridge between the two of them. And then the Iroquois and the Russians are on the northern continent. So, yeah, that's what we've got there so far. Who knows? There might be other stuff elsewhere. I'm not sure, but I do know for the southern part of the continent, that's been fully explored. It's just me in Indonesia. We're just doing various deals with Catherine. We're selling her horses, one horse for 2 gold. It's a neat little trick that I've picked up in some reading online. And yeah, you can sell strategic resources for that much. You can sell them for 2 gold on standard speed. 2 gold per turn, and they'll give you a bit more. However, if you were to say sell 5 of them, then they're only equivalent to a luxury resource. And I've gone ahead and I've taken their settler, and now I've got another worker under my belt. Excellent. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and maneuver some dudes. We've got a great general out, so we're going to have him back the troops up. And what we're doing here is we're very, very slowly positioning our troops to actually conquer Jakarta there and take the Indonesian capital. And also we're going to go ahead and we're going to plunder that caravan, because why the fuck not? And with that worker, we're going to improve our iron. And excuse me. We still don't have a university. Of course we don't have a university yet. That's a ways off. Something else I forgot to mention, which you guys are probably well aware of. I've said it in other Let's Plays, and a lot of other good Civ 5 players on YouTube have said it as well, that natural wonders, such as the Behringer crater there that I settled Sagunta right next to, they count as mountains. So I can actually put a academy at Sagunta there. So that's pretty cool. For Civ 6, I'm really curious about how they're going to deal with like great people and stuff. I know that great musicians, great artists, great writers, I have the feeling they're going to be the same as they have been so far. So we'll have like a concert hall, we'll have an amphitheater, and we'll have a museum, etc. The United States will have a film studio. One thing I'm concerned about is that what they're doing with their unique buildings, unique abilities, etc., unique units, they kind of seem a little bit spread too thin, if that makes any sense. The Aztecs seem to be the most put together, they seem to be the most focused civilization that I've heard about so far. Like, the British are like, you can go and invade other continents, but then we also have really good museums. And then the Americans are like, I don't know. I forget exactly what their bonuses are, but they have the movie studio, they have the fighter unit. Yeah, they have the fighter unit. And what the fuck else do they have? Sorry, I'm just trying to think here. But yeah, they seem to have kind of odd little setups. France, I guess, actually seems to be fairly put together well. They what they sound like they still have chateaus, which I believe still will give off culture, so that's good. And they get bonuses to building wonders in the Renaissance, which is also good. Um, Although frankly, I would like to see an Italian civilization get that, but well, we're probably not going to see anything like Venice in the base game, so it would be nice, but probably not. Excuse me. Have I mentioned I'm tired? Anyway, they got a Cure Swordsman there, and I think in the original when I was originally playing there, I think I noticed that they might have Enemy Blade as one of their promotions there. I'm not sure. No, actually, that looks like that's not the case. No, they have some sort of shield. Damn, I thought they had Enemy Blade, which would have been hilarious. Whatever that promotion was, it didn't save them. So, in case you do not know, Enemy Blade is a ability that actually causes the Cure Swordsman to take extra damage when they go into combat. It's a negative promotion, which is the Cure Swordsman's a little bit of RNG nonsense for Indonesia. But yeah. Anyway, the point I was getting to is that the civilizations in Civ 6, they seem so far to be a little bit not focused. Monty and the Aztecs seem to be fairly focused, though. The Eagle Warrior, when you defeat an enemy unit, you have a chance to turn them into builders, and then in turn you can use builders to rush your districts. And with your districts, like that'll give you a very strong start. So that his purpose, his play style seems to be that you would get into little skirmish wars early on in the game to help boost your start. Excuse me. Some of the other ones, it's not quite as clear. Like in theory, Teddy Roosevelt would support like the construction of a big army and stuff. I'll have to look this stuff up. I'll have to see what the bonuses actually give you. Actually, just one moment, folks. I'm going to pause the commentary and I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to check the subreddit. All right, so I've taken a peek on the subreddit here, folks, and I am not going to read from my phone this time because I missed something somewhat important the last time I tried to do commentary on this. So this will be take number 2. We're doing some damage to Jakarta here. It looks like we're going to have to pull that spearman out. Probably move that great general as well. Yeah, we'll pull this guy out, move him up to be underneath the other spearman. Hopefully do something with that guy. And we'll cycle through our turns, and we'll probably be able to get Jakarta next turn or so. Yeah, it only has 26 HP there, so it's not that strong. Right. Yep. We got a promotion for them. Very good. Has the catapult fired yet? Because if the catapult hasn't fired yet, then we definitely got this. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got this. All right. Jakarta is ours. We're going to puppet that city because it's the best way to deal with it for now. It'll, once its resistance is gone, we'll look into annexing it properly into our territory. Do that later on. Anyway, now that that little bit of excitement's out of the way, I'm gonna just take a look at some of this stuff here. Like, I'm just looking at the subreddit here, which you can find over on Reddit under the it's reddit.com/r/civ is the subreddit for civilization. And what we've got for like the British, for example, it's really fucking odd. I mean, it makes sense historically, but is really fucking odd. Like for the Victorian era, it makes sense that the British Museum is there and that they get extra slots for great works. Sure, why not? The British did a lot of exploring. And then we've got the Leader Victoria. And I think this is actually a little bit bugged. Oh, I think Catherine's slightly pissed with me. She's pissed. She's not happy that I took out Indonesia. So yeah, the leader's ability is Red Coat. And then the unique unit is the Sea Dog. So that's a ship. And then their unique infrastructure is the Royal Navy Dockyard. So having a strong navy makes sense. Having a unique naval unit for that makes a bit of sense. Yeah. I think there must be more stuff to Victoria's unique ability here because right now it just seems kind of odd. It does. Just seems very, very strange. And then the Americans, they have Rough Riders unique unit, bonuses for tourism and from national parks, which I have no idea how national parks work. Their unique unit is the P-51 Mustang. Their unique infrastructure is the film studio. So it looks like everybody gets unique infrastructure at this point. I'm curious about Japan, because Japan's another one, along with the Aztecs, that actually seems to really synergize well with itself. So it's Japan what I thought of when I first saw their stuff, as it looks like it's good for a small, tall, and aggressive civilization. So their ability is Meiji Restoration, bonus for districts built next to each other. So it encourages you to build your districts as compact as possible, make your cities small, big, and compact. And now we've gone ahead and we've met Spain. Very good. This is why I need to pay attention and not read shit off my phone to you. I mean, it's topical, but it's not not good. So anyway, we've met Spain, so that's a new civilization. Have we seen where they are? Are they on the same continent as us? It looks like no, they are not. They're on a different continent. Anyway, let's take a look at the rest of Japan's stuff there. So Japan has their leader's unique ability is Divine Wind. Naval units are stronger in shallow water. Land units are stronger on coast. That's in line with Japan's identity as well. And their unique unit is the Samurai. And their unique building is the Electronics Factory. So I guess the Electronics Factory is kind of an odd duck for them. But that replaces the normal factory. It'll give bonuses to production, which will then just feed back into late game war and aggression. I kind of like the fact that they in Civ 5 that they gave them like 2 unique units and then a unique ability that's more so directed towards war, which it's the same thing with this one. I don't know. The unique infrastructure stuff is just it's kind of getting to the point of like it feels a little out of place. For some civilizations it may work, but I wish that they would make it so that like you could have a bunch of unique units. instead. Maybe mix things up a little bit that way. Anyway, I think this is going to pretty much do it for me for this particular episode. Thank you for watching. My apologies for the sound issues. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.